diet and exercise you talk about often, and I preach big time about I've chosen a low carb diet because I feel better. And you live that same type of lifestyle, correct?
I do. Look, people often ask me, what is the one diabetes diet? Like, there's not one, but
Right.
I will talk to you about what works for me. And
Right.
to your point, Amber, I feel better.
Yeah.
The lower carb, and I got there. I'm pretty educated around diabetes, but it was just logical for me,
Right.
which was, okay, my body has a hard time processing carbohydrates and sugars.
Yeah.
Happens if I put less of them in my body. So it started out logical
Right.
for me. And then of course, all of the data then I started to get into, but it works for me. I'm not saying it works for everybody, but it works for me.
Okay. Did you figure out, or were you shocked whenever you really started looking at carbs, what things had like hidden carbs? Like you're like, what? Broccoli? What are you doing to me?
Blown away.
Yeah.
Honestly, just blown away when you actually start to be more conscious and aware
Yeah.
and reading everything. I mean, there's a lot of things that you would think are healthy. I
Yeah.
put healthy in quotes. That you're like, wow, like I just gotta stay away from that. And some of my favorite things, I love fruit.
Yeah.
And when you actually start to understand the amount of sugar, even if it's natural sugar and all of
Right.
that,
Right.
it's still sugar. So
Banana, you got 36 grams of carbs. That's 3 pieces of white bread. It's like, what?
exactly,
Killing me.
that's exactly right. And that's why I choose now. I'm not no carb. So
Right.
just clear. I like carbs, Amber. I'm just, here, just speaking the truth.
Confessional.
Um, but I'm very thoughtful,
Yeah.
and I choose which ones. Like, I figured out again through my CGM that it doesn't matter how much rice. I started with a palmful, that spiked my sugars.
Right.
I went to half a palm, that still then I went to like a half of a half, still. So I was just like, okay, I can't have rice. Like,
Right.
I'm just gonna take that because it's not worth. I
Yeah.
didn't like it that much, so I'm like, I'm
Right.
just taking that out. But you mentioned the French fries thing, and I have a thing for French fries, and I figured out that I could actually have more than a palmful of French fries, and my sugars would not
Jump. Yeah.
exponentially spike, probably because of the fat. But
Yeah.
nonetheless, I choose. I'm just very thoughtful around my carb intake. And to your point, you just become very, very in touch and in tune with the carbs and the hidden sugars and the hidden carbs in a lot of things.